All right, what's up, guys? We're live, so I'm gonna cover real quick the Eagles and Vikings game tomorrow. We got football again, man. It's the best time of the year. Manage your bankroll. All right, if you've been following us, the picks that I've given out for free on here have went like 0 for 5, 0 for 6. So fading me has been the best thing you could possibly do. You'd be undefeated fading me. But if you were to have been on my side of the picks that I actually have played, and I've stated on here that I have not played some of these picks, I tell you which ones I'm playing and which ones I'm not. You would actually be 5-1, 5-1. So you'd be sorry. You would be 1-5. All right, actual tickets. So, if you want my picks that I put in, all I ask is you guys hit that like button. If we can get like 25 to 50 likes on here, I will give you guys the plays that I'm putting in. I'm not trying to charge you guys. All right, so I have some really cool stats here for the Eagles and Vikings. We're going to get right into it. So far, great season. I've been picking my spots. It's early. There's been some changes with college football and NFL. I mostly stay in my lane and stay in the NFL, or not the NFL. I'm sorry, but college football. That's college football and college basketball. That's my go-to right there. I know it like the back of my hand. There's been a lot of changes in college football. I had a really this week had given me the confidence that I needed. That I'm seeing the board right. I'm get a couple weeks under your belt. Don't empty the clip. You don't know what the hell's going on, as you can see. I mean, I'm going to give it to you on the stats here, guys. Away dogs are 8-3 at the spread. Away dogs at that. 12-4 for the unders. These changes have not only been in the NFL, but for the NCAA football. These clock changes. So, if you can, hit that like button. Not if you can, please hit that motherfucker right now. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I'm going to go through all these games and recaps. For the other members, for the markets, I will have a late show this afternoon. I don't know, maybe 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, maybe sooner, maybe later. All right, I am going to take the little one to the vet as soon as I'm done doing this. So just wish us the best of luck because, that's my baby. I can show you guys a picture of her if you guys would like. It's my little girl, right? She's my little girl, and I've had her since she was a baby. This is her right here. So, if you guys could, send me a prayer my way that she's okay. Hopefully she is, and there's no big issue, and she just needs to get a checkup. And so, thank you guys for that. So, if you could, hit that like, subscribe. That show's going to be, again, as soon as I get back from taking her to the vet, as long as everything's okay and there's nothing crazy going on. So, Thursday night, Amazon channel. It's not going to be, it might be on the NFL Network. I'm not sure. I haven't looked. But it's on Amazon Prime. 8:15 kickoff, Eastern Standard Time. Eagles are at home. So let's go through stats. I just gave you guys away dogs stats, at the spread stats. 8-3 away, 12-4 on the under versus over. Again, with this clock and first down, the clock keeps running. It doesn't stop. That's eliminated so many plays, and you guys can tell how much shorter games are. The Eagles whooped the Vikings last year. They whooped them. I do have to add something right here, guys, for my score. I'm going to give you my actual score that I came up with. 25-20. Because I did not factor this week's into because I was trying to rush and get this out to you guys before I go to the vet. What was the score of... You son of a bitch. Come on. Let me not do this. Let's not do that. Okay, so Vikings schedule. Boom. I hate these ads. 20-17 loss. So 20-17 Tampa Bay. Sorry about that. My little girl came in here. All right, so 20-17. I got that written down. That was a loss by what? 4 points, 18, 19, 20, 3 points, 5 points, Eagles. So we have so that makes it a lot easier. So the score that I came up with was 24. There's a couple things that I do, whether it's being at home, being players that are injured. If you don't know, a couple of the secondary players from the Eagles got injured. So Kirk Cousins, turnover prone. Let me pull up everything that I have here. So I came up with 24. I'm going to be honest. 24. So let's add in that 17 to what I got. We're going to go with, I'm going to call that, let's see here. 18, 21, 17, 18. I think that's about right. I'm actually going to leave that. I'm going to leave that there, and we'll go 17. We'll go 17 again. All right, so 25. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to look to see what I got here. 24. Man, that's funny. I think we might get... I'm going to say right now, I think the Eagles... It's funny. So, I'm going to give you guys a couple stats. Sorry about that. I do apologize. Just, I'm a little thrown off. Time of possession, even the Eagles and Patriots game was close, right? But 29-30, same thing for the Vikings and Tampa Bay, 29-30. A lot of the siding right now is actually on the Vikings, and I kind of like that, right? The line has pulled back. I would like to say that I'd like the Eagles at the number earlier. The number that we had earlier, which was 6.5. It may still be 7, 6.5 some places, depending on what, your book offers, right? You might be able to find a decent number out there. Total yards for the Eagles were 251. 251 versus 369 total net yards versus the Vikings. That's insane, isn't it? Total net yards. And Philly still won, though, right? You had almost 400 yards for the Patriots, and Eagles had 100 less yards, and still were able to pull it off. Now, again, if you guys saw that Eagles game, that ending was a little sketchy, right? Calling the not punting it, and they're saying that, oh, what, you don't trust your defense? Well, really, you do trust your defense if you're going to not punt the ball and go for it, because if you get it, you get it. You don't, your defense has got to stop them. They got to stop them, or you're going to lose the game. So that is actually a reverse sign of actually saying, yes, we do trust our quarterback, or not our quarterback, but our defense. So Eagles are at home, Vikings are away. I think the Vikings can keep this game close. I would rather take Philly on a closer number. My score that I have is going to be 24 to 18. 24-18. 24-17, we'll call it. Nah, I don't like that. Right? I don't like that. I'm going to stick with it. I don't know how the hell you get 18 points, maybe with a two-point conversion. So I'm going to say 24-18 Eagles. So that's still a 5-point spread. Or 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 6-point spread. I thought so. I was like, what am I talking about? The Vikings apparently could have done a better job. I did not watch that game. I didn't have that game. Again, a total net yards of 369. 41 rushing yards. 328 passing yards. I wanted to pull that out to you guys. You do have a stat here on covers. The away teams went 10-6 straight up, 12-4 at the spread, which we gave you that stat. 8-3 at the away dogs were 8-3 at the spread. We gave you that. The under is 12-4, and we gave you that spread as well. So, this is, again, guys, it's week 6. And this line is at 6 now. It went from 7, 6.5, now down to 6. I think it topped out around 7.5, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it went to 7.5 prior. So I want to see how much Jalen Hurts uses his legs. I know this is an awful show right now, and I do apologize, but I just had a lot going on right there, and it just really threw me off. I shut the blinds and stuff, and she was actually in the blinds, and I didn't know it. Predicted score here is 29-26 Eagles. All right, the total is expected to go under. The total sits right now at 49. It's still sitting pretty high. I guess with those type of passing yards. So if we look up the Vikings and how much they gave up 242 yards, and the Patriots ended up giving up 251, right? Am I correct? Yes. So the Eagles had 251, and the Eagles only gave up, well, the Eagles gave up a lot. That's what we need to look at, right? The Eagles gave up a decent amount of yardage, and as did Tampa Bay, giving up 369. So you're talking 350, like, on the higher end of those 300s. You're talking, just 750, 760 yards given up both ways. So if you see a lot of people taking this under, and if you do end up getting this number down to 48, maybe play the under, maybe try to middle this if you can. Right? Hit 49 under. If it comes down to 48, I don't think we have any weather issues coming up. I haven't checked in the weather just yet. So, again, my pick, as bad as I want to pick the Vikings, I feel like the Vikings can get the cover here, but I like the better at 7, obviously. I have to go see what it is at my book. I have not been to my sports book yet to get my printout sheet for this week, what the spreads are, what the over and unders are. So this week, I think you got to lock in the Vikings. If you get this number that it seriously comes down tomorrow and going into game time, if this number gets low, I'm talking 5, 4.5. I would wait for a low number, see where the number gets to, take the Eagles. That's my final answer. The Eagles at a better number. If this thing is still at 6, you might still want to take the Eagles. What I will do, if we get 50 likes, I will comment on this thing, what I go with, because I will be playing this game. All right? I don't know what the spread is at my book, so I can't sit here and tell you. It could be 7. It could still be 7 at my book. I don't know. All right? 49. I mean, as of now, with these yardages that were given up on both sides of the ball, you might just get an over here. Again, I have been 5-1 on my plays. My plays have been 5-1. When I've came on here and given you guys free plays, they have lost every single one. It's like 4 or 5. 0 for 4 and 5. Right? So again, I put my money where my mouth is. If I play this game, which I do probably plan on playing it, as long as everything goes well with her and everything's not too bad. So, again, that is my final pick. I gave you guys the stats. All right, Minnesota 4-0, non-divisional road dogs on the over. Okay, the over for Minnesota, 4-0 on the over versus non-divisional road dogs of 4 points or more on the spread. When the spread has been over 4 points, they have went 4-0 on the over as a road dog. All right. They are 5-1 after playing Tampa. 4-1 on the over on Thursdays as well. 2-7. On game 2. All right, so they've Game 2 for them, the unders have been the play there. 2 and 7, 2 over 7 unders. I didn't write down the stats for the Eagles, so I'm going to give you guys a couple more stats real quick that we can go and see versus Minnesota. 1 and 6 at the spread in their last 7 games. The total has gone over in 7 of Minnesota's last 9 games. Minnesota is 12 and 5 straight up in the last 17 games. Minnesota is 5 and 13 at the spread in their last 18 games. Minnesota is 5 and 11 straight up in their last 16 games against Philadelphia. Minnesota is 5 and 2 straight up in their last 7 games on the road. The total has gone under in 6 of Minnesota's last 7 games when playing on the road against Minnesota. So that's a stat I would be looking at, right? The total going under in 6 of the last 7 against Philly. Minnesota, the total has gone under in 4 of Minnesota's last 5 games played in September. Let's hop over to Philly's side. Give you a couple stats there. The total has gone under in 4 of the last 6 games. Philadelphia is 16 and 4 straight up in the last 20 games. The total has gone under in 4 of Philadelphia's last 5 home games. The total has gone under in 6 of Philly's last 7 games when playing at home against Minnesota. So that's another stat for the under there, guys. It's pointing Eagles and over so far. Philly is 11 and 3 straight up in their last 14 games against an opponent in the NFC conference. Philadelphia is 5 and 0 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent in the National Football Conference North Division. 5 and 0 straight up. Philly is 5 and 12 at the spread in their last 17 games played in September. All right, it's early. Maybe it's just not clicking. The quarterbacks to the receivers, and it's game time, so you can't really practice a game. You can try your hardest, but you can't practice a game. Things happen, and you gotta, So you saw it this last week where offenses weren't really clicking, and that's why you were profitable if you took unders. Philly is 1 and 5 at the spread in their last 6 games played in week 2. So it's a mixed bag here. It's a mixed bag. If I gotta be honest, who do you guys think is better? The Vikings or the Patriots? Who do you think is a tougher competition? It's only week 2, so we really don't know. That game was away at night on a Sunday night, right? Now Philly's dealing with some injured secondary players. You got some new offensive, defensive, you got some new coaches in there. Vikings, as the turnovers, primetime games with Kirk Cousins, right? This is a game I don't like. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't like it. But with the spread being where it is, if the number gets any lower than 6, if we get 4.5 to 5, I may think I'm going to probably take the Eagles. Anything 6, 6.5 and above, I will be on the Vikings. The total, I'm going to stay away from. But if I had to pick a side, I would probably take the over. I'd probably take the over. We'll see if we can get a better number. So, what I'm going to do is, if we get the likes that I'm asking for, 25, right? 25 likes on this and 10 new subscribers, guys. I'm going to give you guys my free play that I will actually have cash and skin in the game. I am very good at this. I've been doing this since 2017. There's a lot of new people you're going to see that are going to come out. I don't think they understand the ebbs and flows of betting. They see line movement. They're going to just... You guys are going to see as the season goes on. Paying attention to trends. Right? This week, it was Baltimore, Colts, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, and San Francisco. All of them hit except one. And that was the Colts. And that was a crazy-ass 1-yard goal line. Didn't go backwards, didn't go forward on the goal line. First down, they had 4 tries. They couldn't go forward or backwards. So Colts quarterback's back. I will be back to cover more games. I will be back to cover some college basketball or college football games. I have a lot of good plays that I'm really liking for the college football, and I'll get into them real quick. Let's go to the scores. These lines have definitely changed because there's a ton on here that I loved. Right, I was looking at them the other day, and I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they all hit. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they were to all hit. I know one of them I was looking at was Indiana. That number may have been a bit higher. I'll probably look at the total on that. Penn State. I know the other one was Rutgers. Let's see here. Illinois is trash this year, guys. It's so crazy what Illinois like what they were last year to this year. It's actually quite crazy that they've literally done a 180. They actually started to turn that program around last year, and then now it's just like, what? This is not the Illinois team of last year. When has Illinois ever had a team? They had a team last year, and that was it. So Minnesota, North Carolina. That's going to be a game there. Not maybe. I don't know. Does North Carolina beat them by 8? I don't think so. Not right. I have to do more work on that. Virginia Tech. This total, I still feel could go over, and I feel Virginia Tech side and over for Rutgers. This is just off the top of the, just off the top of the cuff, just throwing it out there. What I see, not looking too far into it. That was the other one, San Diego State. Right, see, Oregon State's pretty good, but San Diego State for the spread. Again, I have not made anything. I have not locked in anything. I thought about it yesterday, but I tried to get her to the vet, and I was not. I wasn't able to. I had to wait till this afternoon. Washington. I'm actually really looking at this Michigan State and Washington game. I have stats that I'm actually still going over. I kind of like this game, and I'd probably have to take Michigan State just right off the jump. An away game for Washington. Overhyped. Michigan State, right? Underachievers. Let's see if they can't get that cover there. I'll go back and document everything that I said right now on this later on. As the games, after the day's done, we'll do it Sunday. We'll see. But I'm going to cover these games more in a. We have a lot of good games that I'm going to cover this week, so I'm going to be looking to really dig my teeth in this week because last week. The week, the first week, second week, really the second week gave me confirmation. I was a little, I had no idea coming into week one, as nobody does, right? You don't know how teams are going to jive. You can't practice a real game. You can try your hard, you can get as close as you can, but it's just not going to be the same. Bowling Green in Michigan. This Michigan's just had such an easy, Michigan's just had such an easy schedule. I'm sorry that I yelled into the mic, guys. Syracuse and Purdue. This is going to be a good game. I'd watch out for Syracuse. I think they want you to side with Syracuse. Maybe there's something going on in Syracuse that I don't know. Purdue is at home. That's probably the best thing that they got for them, and that's why the spread is where it is. And why it's not. Well, I'm surprised Purdue isn't favored by 1. So this is actually telling me maybe we do take Purdue on Syracuse. I like Purdue, especially with you're getting points there. Maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe it is. I don't know. Syracuse might be the play there. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that on away games. They've had a decent schedule so far. I'm pretty sure they've had an easy schedule, kind of. Western Michigan 48-7, Colgate 65. So you really don't know anything about this team. It looks good on paper, but wait till you get to another person's stadium that can play ball right there with you. I'd have to go with Purdue again for that cover. Arkansas, BYU. Give me BYU. Ah, man, yeah, give me BYU. I don't know if there's any changes. Again, I got to look into these guys. And I'll cover the rest in another video. We'll get into depth. Colorado State and Colorado. That's going to be a good matchup. Colorado should whoop that. You know what? If Colorado State keeps it close, that's going to be something else, isn't it? So that's all I got, right? That's all we got. If you get the Eagles number any lower, think about the Eagles there, right? Minnesota. See if they can pull it together week 2. Kirk Cousins on a Thursday night. He tends to be. I'm going to see where the money is. I'm going to do a little bit of more work, and we're going to be back on here again tonight for the other members. If you guys could, before you go, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. It really helps the channel. Get me 25 likes, guys, so I can give you guys one free winner this week. Free of cost. A winner, a casher. See you at the window. 25 likes, 10 subscribers, free. See you at the window pick. All right, members, I will be back on as soon as I get back from the vet for the market video. And you guys have a great night. Good luck. We got more games coming. Do your work. Do the numbers. Manage your bankroll. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Like and subscribe.